We are drunks versus the world. We may not be right, but we don't know what about. Versus the world. We don't fuck around. If we did, we found out we are drunks versus the world. We may not be right, but we don't know what about.
And we're back.
Better than ever.
Well, you're kind of pushing it out there. No. Another episode of Drunks vs. the World. That's what we're back for.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're here. I'm Jason. I'm the host.
Mm-hmm. I'm Justin, another host.
And I'm Lucas, and I'm the host.
No, I'm the host. I mean, technically, I am the host because we're at my house. My place.
I mean, I guess if you're going to
be technical about it, go that route, yeah. And we got Lenny here.
Hey, Lenny. Say hello. Say hello.
Say hi, Lenny.
Say hi, Lenny. Do you guys hear him? Yep, there he is. He said hello.
Decked his head.
Oh.
Looked like it hurt.
So you guys might hear a little bit of growling, a little bit of barking because, well, Lenny likes to pick on certain people.
He does not.
And he's got opinions.
He does. He's got some opinions. Not very, what would you call
politically correct.
Politically correct or even popular. They're popular in maybe certain other countries or areas of this country, but,
My dog is not racist.
We didn't say that. You did.
That's what you were implying.
Yeah, I totally was implying that. Here.
Lenny loves everybody.
Clean
he
that.
hates everybody equally.
There's a little bit more right down here.
What's up?
Yeah, you spilled some more right down there. There you go. There you go, buddy. You're good. Anyway, so how was your guys' week?
Not good.
No?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Work sucks, man.
Work
I did.
really sucks.
I tell you, I got a potential interview this week.
No, you didn't.
No, we're at?
Choice Bank.
Doing what?
Be an insurance claims manager.
Oh,
Okay,
that could be a
right
really
up
good
I'm
your
a
job.
little
alley,
underqualified, I think.
Fake it till you
Well,
make it.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, if you're underqualified for what's the pay?
It didn't say what the pay was.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's so annoying.
Yep.
But Justin, you think you'd be happier?
It's still insurance. That's the thing.
It's still insurance, but guess what? Who would you actually like? What's the word? Report to in that job?
I don't know. I'm sure somebody.
Probably.
Manager,
I'm sure.
that's have some freedom there.
Yep. And you're probably the one that's got to take the phone calls and shit from maybe field guys like you.
Yeah. I didn't have a lot of authority, I think.
I
Which
think
should be
so.
nice, but I'm
You're
sure
gonna have
that
to
would
wear a
present
fucking
its
suit
own
and tie and
challenges
shit,
too.
though.
Probably, yeah.
So you're gonna have to go spend some money on buying some. Not saying that you don't have that stuff.
Not really. Not a suit. Shirts and ties, but
Dude, go. I mean, you're probably gonna buy at least 4 sets. Seriously,
Yeah, they're
But
expensive.
Just go to Halberstadt's. You can get a full fucking suit, with shirt, tie, pants, suit coat for like $100, right?
oh, I bet it's more than that.
Oh no,
All that.
I bought them. I bought there, and mine actually cost a little bit more because I'm still a bit bigger than that, But yeah, you get them there, and then you'll just want to, probably buy an assortment of ties. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would say just go to Men's Warehouse. You'll love the way you look.
That's what I heard.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, but no, that's awesome, dude.
This
That's
episode
awesome.
brought to you by Men's Warehouse.
Men's Warehouse. You're gonna like the way
He doesn't actually have a job interview. This was all just a Men's
part of the
Warehouse.
bit.
Yeah, Men's
Yeah, this
Warehouse
is-
spot.
This is a
Yeah,
paid,
this is-
paid
Paid?
deal.
You got paid? You got paid? No.
Well, see you later.
No, I didn't get paid. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said this.
Yeah.
I reached out to them and said, look, we're going to shout you out on our show unless you pay us not to.
Oh, so then
And
you
they
did
didn't
get paid.
And they didn't respond. No, they didn't respond. They will now.
Great. Maybe that's what that person that showed up my apartment with was going to serve me papers were for.
Maybe. That guy is cool.
Was he in a nice suit?
Yeah, he's a nice suit.
It was definitely them.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Did you like the way he looked?
I mean, he looked rather dapper. I think the word is nowadays.
Dapper. I like that word.
It is a good
We
word.
should be using dapper more often.
Justin, you'll look rather dapper
Thank
at your
you.
job interview.
Thank you, sir.
So when's your interview?
I haven't scheduled it yet. They gave me an option Tuesday or Thursday to do it, and I haven't responded to the email yet.
Yeah, you should probably do that.
I'm debating upon even doing it.
I would.
You should do it.
Do it.
It's good to even take interviews, even if you don't think you're qualified, just for the interview practice.
Yeah.
That's what my old coworker did. He would take any interview, even if he had no intention of taking the job,
Yeah.
just so that he
Just,
could
Not
it
even
is a good
practice his
experience.
interview.
Not even
skills.
just that, though, Justin. I mean, think about this. Look how fucking unhappy you are. Is it you're unhappy? Is the way you feel about your job? Is it because of all the traveling?
No, it's more than that. It's the management
bullshit.
and
Okay,
the
so-
bullshit that comes with it. But
so-
there's to be bullshit with this one too.
You're going to find bullshit at any job,
Yeah.
but this one at least you're going to be in a what do you want to call it? A position of leadership.
Yeah.
To where you're going to be the one pissing off them.
Yeah, which I don't really want to do either.
No.
I wish I would have.
Why? Fuck them.
Yeah, maybe the people that are underneath you are fucking idiots.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
your subordinates. Okay.
Yeah,
they
they're below you.
They are your property.
Yeah.
just like in Helldivers. Lucas, I'm below Lucas, but you're below me.
Level wise, yeah. No, you guys are better than me.
Well, no, we're not just no.
I wouldn't say that.
No. Dude, I give you credit on your fucking your stratagem fucking shit. You know how to throw out that rail cannon like there's no tomorrow. But
I'm good with the fingers, ladies.
it's good with the
The
ladies.
fingers.
No.
I wish I would have, when I was younger, pursued a job that I had a passion for instead of chasing the money.
Problem with that
kinda what
though
I
is
did.
when I was younger, I didn't have a
That-
passion
me, yeah.
for anything. Like I've never found something that I love doing.
Hey,
Right.
come on
Sleeping.
board with me with my game.
Yeah.
That thing's
Maybe.
got fucking
It's
legs.
got legs.
There's a little bit of tweaking I got to do to it yet, but other than that, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm going to do is I want to curve the edges, and then I already got the stuff to the connections underneath that go to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Those are plastic, but the new ones I got are metal, so they won't break like what happened when I brought it to the bar last week or last year. Remember that, Lucas?
I do.
It broke, and I was pissed, and I didn't bring an extra like I should have. And so I'm changing it up.
Yep.
So, anyways,
It's just a prototype.
yep, that is the working prototype.
Yeah.
Ideally, I would just like to start a business that makes a lot of money and I don't have to do anything.
That's the dream.
That would
That's-
be nice.
So, but you'd have to have a lot of money to start that business. See where the mistake
catch
is.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
If I already had the money, I wouldn't need the business.
right.
I almost.
That's
took a
why
job.
me and Lucas we're in the biggest business that you can put your money into. It's called the lottery.
The lottery
Oh
business.
yeah, that's great investment.
It is.
So
Great
far-
returns.
So
Can't
far,
wait till we win. We win.
sorry, dude. If I win, you ain't getting shit.
Why not?
Until I see a fucking ticket that was purchased before the actual numbers were picked, then I'll give you some. But till then, hell nah.
Did you guys?
You know what? I'll pay your house off. How about that?
Did you guys see this news story about a lady? I think it was out west somewhere. She won $1 million jackpot on lottery tickets twice in 10 days.
No,
I did see that.
Like,
yeah.
that's fucking crazy.
Fuck her.
Yeah, fuck her.
Fucking bitch.
Right?
God.
So
How
did she
hard-
buy? No, she must have not bought the lottery ticket. The second one after she won.
No, I think she did. I think it's just one of those things where you just play to play,
Yeah.
and
The place that she bought it gets 10 grand. And then, but if they sell like so that might have been a scratch off. But some of those, like the Powerball ones, like if they win, like say, like the last one was 1.8 or 1.3 billion dollars.
Yeah.
The place that sold it got like 100 grand for it for selling.
Out of that million, or just an extra from?
I think it's just an extra kicker from Powerball.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
So after taxes and everything, they fucking got like $14.56, $14.
So we should open up a gas station, sell lottery tickets.
Just lottery tickets, no
Yeah.
gas, because that's a whole.
That's the whole thing.
You gotta have
It'd be the lottery
insurances
store.
and- yeah.
you gotta buy the land. OSHA's involved in
Yeah.
government again.
So you sold 6 winning tickets the last 3 months.
But no gas? Nope. Not even a bag of Cheetos. Lucas, how's your week?
I mean, my week wasn't bad, but it was. It's just it was one of those weeks where I just hated everything. Hate my job.
I can see that.
I hate my friends.
I can see that
Right.
too.
I
Yeah.
hate my friends' dogs.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Look
I
at
would
him
never.
growl.
Yeah, I hear him.
Yeah,
growl.
see? He's checking out certain other dogs.
I would never hate Lenny.
No.
Old Leonard.
You don't hate anybody, right? Except
No.
pictures. Pictures.
And he hates Jared.
And he hates coffee.
Yeah, really hates coffee. Yeah, well, my week was like normal. Rather, it was more of a kind of a emotional week since Saturday or Tuesday was 16 years since my dad passed away. So me and my brother went out and
Oh.
yep.
On the plus side, though, your dad's corpse can drive now.
Yes, he can legally drive. Legally.
16 years.
Can't buy beer, but you know.
Yep. 5 more years and
Yep. Can't buy cigarettes for another fucking 5 years either.
God.
Man.
Yeah.
This world.
Yeah. Lucas showed up though for a while.
Where'd you
Yeah.
Me and my brother started off at Pub West, and then from there we went over to Hooley's. My brother loves hooligans.
go? Yeah.
I went to Hooligans to play bingo.
And
And I figured you guys might stop in there at some point, but
yeah, we were there to get fucking racked that day. So, but it was, other than that, you know, it was a pretty decent week, you know. My week's kind of all the same for the last 2 years, so,
Yeah. Same here.
yeah. So,
and I just want to say if any of our listeners ever come to Fargo and you're craving pizza, go to Hooligans.
yeah, their pizza's
They
fucking
got good pizza
delicious.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The pizza that I got there. So first off, on the night that we were there, it's a special. So it's a $12.99 for a large pizza, which these days that's
Not
a great
bad.
deal.
Yeah. Yeah, their pizza's fucking delicious.
I'm
there.
not kidding when I say that I bought a spicy pepperoni pizza and it may have been the best pizza that I've ever eaten.
Really?
It was fucking delicious.
For the longest time, me and him used to get pizza over at O'Kelly's where I used to
Yeah,
work.
their
and,
pizza was really good too.
And then all of a sudden they must have cheaped out on the cheese because then it got extremely greasy.
Yeah, and then I think they eventually just stopped making their own dough and stuff again.
Which is
That place now, I don't know.
Yeah. I was supposed to go there a couple of weeks ago. One of the guys from the corner there, the Lizards, retired.
Oh yeah.
And so he sent me an invite to his retirement party, and I just, you know, there's certain days at certain times and reasons why I go to the bar. You know, I might go to the bar for if we go play trivia, which we haven't done for a while.
Long time.
And then again, I did go to the bar on Tuesday because of that certain day, but usually it's a special occasion or something that I think about before I go to the bar. So, I mean, like a retirement party. I haven't seen a guy in quite a few years. And I should have went to at least, you know, said congratulations,
Yeah.
bought him a beer, and been there for maybe an hour and a half and came home. But that's not me.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go to
If-
if I'm going to a bar, I'm going to be there for a few hours
Stay
anyway.
at the
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
Also, like, you should have at least responded to the invite and been like, look, the only thing I'm going to RSVP yes to from you is your funeral announcement. Okay? Get
Well-
back to me in another 10 years.
Well, I don't think that fucker's far from it.
Yeah, I think those guys at that corner, I know the corner you're talking about.
It was called Lizard Corner, and we called them
Lizard Corner.
Yep, and we called them all lizards, and there was literally about 6 of them. There was 2 for sure that were always there.
Every night.
One. I'll take that back. There was 1 for sure that was always
Yeah.
there. His name was Harvey. Hell of a nice guy. Me and him we always got along great. There was one time where I had to kick him out because he was just fucking being an
Oh, yeah.
asshole. Oh, that was, yeah.
There are times where him in particular gets really loud.
Yeah.
But like you said, he is a very nice guy.
Yeah. And I was actually bartending when he retired, when he had his retirement party there. So, but he worked for Case, and then Mike was working for, I believe he worked for a bank, but he worked for, he did loans for agricultural
Ag
loans.
lending type, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, like, agriculture is its own little, like, environment.
It really is.
Micro environment, yeah.
Yeah, everything from IT to insurance, that, like, it's its own little,
yeah.
completely
They got
different
different
thing.
rules
Yep.
that apply
Right.
to them, it seems.
So before we actually get into the real topic for today, we have to talk about it. We always do. Helldivers.
Didn't
Helldivers.
play a whole lot this week.
No, you missed out on Friday, which was fine. We only played till maybe 7:30.
Yeah.
Lucas went to go watch the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I only played till then too. Once you guys are done, I usually log off too.
Yeah. I'm good at this point on the weeknights. I'm good with doing like just one sequence of missions or maybe two.
Yep.
Depends, but
Well, if we start at, like, we usually been starting about 5:30. Me and you, at least, anyway.
Yeah.
And unless Justin's there at home early enough. We start about then. We get 2 sequences of missions in by the time you guys are done, which is right usually around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
yeah, that's my target time to kind of wind down.
You're right.
Yeah.
And
These guys that are getting level 150 the fucking hours
Jesus.
you gotta put into that.
They do also play only on
Hell,
Helldive difficulty, which the experience that you get on
probably
that
got to be
is-
200%.
Yeah,
Probably
you
2,000 XP.
yeah, it is about 2,000
Right.
per mission if you do everything.
Right. And, I mean, what's the one thing what level is it that we can head to right now?
Impossible.
And then there's Helldive.
And then Helldive, yep.
Have we even tried Impossible yet?
No.
Oh, nice.
I tried it solo once just to fuck around.
Yeah. How far did you get?
Not very.
Not very.
Not very.
Almost impossible.
Well, like, he also said that when we got to hard.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny. I never thought that we would ever be
Get
able to
this far.
handle even the difficulty that we're on now
Yeah.
to get the super
Suicide,
samples. Yeah. I never thought we would get there, but
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. Well, me and him, before we were only going to challenging when it was just 2 of us. And now we're both, if it was me and you or you and him or me and him, we're going on hard. And it's pretty it's nothing.
yeah. And even right now where I told you about it, I don't think I told you, the spawn rates now are actually bugged apparently.
Are they?
And we're
It's-
still kicking its ass.
No matter how many players are in the game, the patrols that spawn are as if there's 4 players,
Yeah.
which completely explains why when we would play hard with 2 people this week, we were getting overrun
Their
by
ass
enemies.
kicked, yeah.
Well, see, and that's what I think I'm digging, is because now look at us when it's us 3 and we're still doing pretty good
Yeah,
on suicide.
as soon as that third person jumps in, it's like that is
We
just
could jump
enough.
up 2 levels.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
just enough to put us over that.
Those fucking stalkers, man.
Oh, they're awful.
I told Lucas, and I seen it today, is that new single-handed machine gun that came out on the new Warbond apparently will stop them or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it adds like an EMS effect to it, but it's a small one, but it's enough to, if you see that thing coming at you, you can shoot it
Slow
with
down.
that gun and it will never reach you.
Yep. So that if you did that while there was, say somebody was carrying that thing and we were both around and we were each carrying a different gun, once that thing stopped, we could start lacing into that fucker and kill it a lot quicker.
I watched a video of a guy that was using it and he literally had 4 stalkers on him.
Yeah.
And he kept diving back and then just shooting. He'd shoot one like 4 times, then
Yep.
turn, and it would stop all of them short enough to where they couldn't reach
And
out.
I seen the guy who had just 1 on him, but it would stun him, and it would stun him enough to where he actually had time to hurry up and swap and get a new fucking reload, new
Oh, yeah.
clip. And I was like, nice.
That EMS is very effective.
It is.
Well, and his new combo with those stun
flamethrower.
grenades and the flamethrower on those
Yep.
fucking.
Oh my god, I'm so sold on it. I just want either of you to bring the shield, the personal shield generator at some point, so that like partway through the mission I can get it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just so I have
Do that.
enough slots to be able to bring my 500
Anything
kilogram on those.
Yeah.
Because
but then that fucks a slot. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Because right now I can afford to bring it, but if we
Right.
jump up to suicide, I have to bring the 500 kilogram for Bile Titans.
Right. Right. No, it's. I just, like I told him earlier, I'm tired of this fucking constant those defense missions. I don't.
gotten pretty good at them.
Some of them are pretty
Yeah.
decent, but I'm talking about like I would like to do that other one that's 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
Where we defend where we have 3 walls or whatever we have to defend.
I haven't seen that lately.
They've only had it on there
For like a week.
Yeah. Although I think it might be specific to planets that are being invaded. So sometimes there's a planet and it'll just have big bold defend.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only time that those missions show up, which sucks because nobody plays defend missions because they're so overtuned that if you focus on trying to defend a planet, you're going to fail your major order. There's not enough people to go around.
Well, that's why I think that's one reason why I think they're telling that the company that started that was it Arrowhead
Arrowhead,
Yep.
that the game developer is like, hey, we need to get our Xbox players. We need to get them, and they're talking. They're I think they're in talks with Sony and with fucking Xbox.
Yeah, you'd think they'd be on board by now.
Yeah, because I think Microsoft actually reached out to them to inquire, like, hey, can we bring this? Is there a deal we can reach to bring
Please.
this?
I heard a dirty rumor that the Xbox is done.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
And that it's gonna be considered now. It's gonna be not an Xbox, but it's gonna be considered Microsoft Gaming. That's what they might rebrand it as. And if that's the case, good, great, grand.
And it's gonna be more of they're just gonna be a publisher of games. They're not gonna make their own consoles anymore.
Yep,
They've already got PC market. I mean, Microsoft has like 95% of the entire PC market.
Right,
so.
right. So and go ahead and all they have to do
Yeah.
then they'll make these PC games and PlayStation games, and maybe some games for like Nintendo, like the Switch and shit like that. But they'd be smarter to do that. That is a fucking. They own like 5 of the biggest fucking gaming publishers in the world.
Yeah, the Activision, Blizzard.
Yep.
Which they're now one company.
But, so they
under
got all these
Microsoft,
fucking
but-
just, you know what? Hire these guys or make your fucking games and put them out on PlayStation and your computers and buzzing.
I mean, that's what Sega ended up doing.
Mhm.
They couldn't keep up in the console war, so
Which is sad because I love the Sega.
Sega, yeah, I did like their consoles. I think they fucked up with
The disc. The
Sega
one-
CD
Yeah.
was terrible.
Genesis.
No, Genesis was
Genesis
great.
was awesome. That's the one with just the regular the cartridges. Because I had a
Their
Genesis.
controllers were.
They were too big, and
Oh, yeah.
like they didn't need the 6 buttons for the games that they had. But
No.
Genesis that legitimately scared Nintendo, I think, because it was when that released, it was more powerful than a Nintendo.
Oh,
it
yeah.
had more colors. Like everything about the Genesis was just superior
Yeah.
to Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
But
Is it Dreamcast?
Dreamcast was one. That was their last.
That was the one I was.
Was that a
thinking.
Sega?
Yep, Sega
Really?
Dreamcast was the last system that they released.
Because
That was the one I was thinking. That
I'd
sucked.
like to buy a Dreamcast, just to have it for the collection.
I used to have one. I bought it when it came out.
I had a buddy of mine who bought one who had one too.
It was good. It was a legitimately good system. It had some good games right out of the gate, but they didn't have enough publishers for it.
On top of it, it was before its time,
Yeah.
you know. And then what was it? A few years later is when fucking PlayStation came out and just fucking started killing
Yeah,
everybody.
it took over.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah, Dreamcast came out, I think, maybe just a little bit before PlayStation.
Yep. Oh, I know it did.
And then...
Wait.
Or it could have been between PS1 and PS2.
It might have been, yeah. Fuck,
I don't remember, but...
Offhand, I don't either. So, Justin,
Yes, sir.
what is our topic for this week?
Things the Simpsons have predicted in their existence.
God damn.
Which, like,
they did a
how?
lot.
How?
Well, they've been around since, what, it's been like 35 years?
Yeah,
30,
I
something
think
like
the
that.
first episode came out on stone tablets in
Yep. You had to
like
flip,
4000
the
BC.
boat. You had to flip those tablets just to see Bart run across at the
Some
bottom
of these
corner.
predictions are really amazing.
And it's kind of creepy.
It is.
Yeah.
But again, they went through every fucking possible, what do you want to call it? This just scenario. And just like, hey, let's write about this. Okay, and then bam.
The scariest one was on the episode where they predicted that Al Qaeda would fly 2 planes into the World Trade Center. It's like, holy shit, and that came out like a week before.
Probably the
I
biggest
can't
one, right?
believe no one ever questioned Matt Groening about this.
Shut the fuck up. All right, well, let's start off. What's the first one?
First, there's a lot of them, and some of them I don't understand the references, but
Okay.
they predicted Game of Thrones, Daenerys Targaryen's villainous turn
Really?
with the fucking dragon killing the city.
Interesting. Okay.
Which,
When did they...
because that wasn't in the books.
Yeah, because the books haven't gotten that far.
Correct.
There's still... There's 2 more books that are supposed to come out, and it's Winds of Winter that's supposed to be out... Well, it was supposed to be out 3 or 4 years ago. The guy hasn't even turned in like a screening copy for them to read through.
Yeah.
See, I'm still not all the way through Game of Thrones, and I like the show.
Don't finish it.
Well,
But
stop
I'm just-
after season 5. Just stop.
I can't. I'm not.
I
That's
know.
not how I'm built. You know.
I know.
What made you stop in the first place?
Me? Well, okay. So, what made me stop is for the longest. Well, we've never had HBO, so there for the longest time while I was pirating fucking that HBO through PlayStation Network is how I was watching it, and then we have I think all but maybe the final season on DVD, and then every time I try to get I tried talking the wife into let's binge it. We got it. Okay. And she didn't want to. And then finally, once we started, she kept falling asleep. I'm like, fuck. Not going to be able to watch it now. I suppose I could start binging it on my own at home while she's gone at work. But
Yeah. The first 3 or 4 seasons are honestly probably like perfect television.
Yeah.
Just you cannot wait to see the next episode. Even when it's at a slow point in the story,
yeah.
you still have to
yeah.
watch the next episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
But when you got to the last 2 seasons,
Once they ran out of the books, they
Yep.
had to come up with content themselves and
they wanted to hurry on, get it over with so that they could
Do
move
Star
on to
Wars.
movies. Yeah.
which they never did anyway.
Oh, the writer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
showrunners, they had deals for Star Wars, and then because of how bad the last 2 seasons were, they lost
Yeah.
their Star Wars deals,
Well,
which is
fuck.
fucking hilarious to me. Like,
Yeah.
you guys rushed it, and now you're paying for it.
Well, look what the fuck, as far as the Star Wars shit goes, the only stuff that's been worth the shit has been since the mouse took over. The movies are horrible.
Yeah, the TV shows.
Except for Rogue One. Rogue One was fucking great.
Mandalorian.
But yeah, the TV shows, the lot of Ahsoka, Mandalorian, Andor was okay. I even liked the Clone Wars, the animated show.
Yeah.
I liked
I've heard
that
a lot of people really like that one.
they actually came out with a final season that actually led into what started going on with Anakin and his fall to the dark side and everything. But I just fucking mouse, dude. Now they think they're good. Oh, we did a great job with these 3. We're gonna do some more with Rey Skywalker. So you guys are totally gonna fuck, literally, they could all these movies and shit that they could have did with Star Wars, all these TV shows and everything they could have did, and all these extra trilogies they could have did. Mm-hmm. They had probably 20, 25 years worth of content for it.
Yeah,
that was written by, that George Lucas and his ex-wife and all these said, okay, you wrote this book. Okay, we're gonna read it first. We like it. It can become part of canon.
Exactly what they should have done.
Now, any one of those books, anything that was written before fucking the Mouse and Kathleen Kennedy is considered legends. Mm-hmm. So when I see these little shorts, like, why didn't Anakin's fucking lightsaber turn red when he fell to the dark side? There's reasons for it, but in Legends, it's not true.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
That is still the dumbest thing anyone has ever done.
In the books, there's reasons in the book.
Yeah, but
in the books, he came back because he was cloned.
Yeah, and it's just so dumb for them to not even try to come up with even like a 10-minute backstory. It's just instead somehow Palpatine returned. Yep. Oh, okay.
It was Palpatine all from me. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm done talking about Star Wars.
They probably figured that, if enough people wonder about it, we can make a movie out of that. Out of how Palpatine.
Yeah, but the downfall of Game of Thrones is something.
Yeah,
there'll be a documentary on that.
There should be. It went from like the greatest TV show of all time to I don't even want to watch it.
Well, it was the most expensive show on cable TV that was ever made,
and it was.
Yep. The acting, even in the later seasons, is incredible. The actors and the casting and the visuals and all that, incredible. It's just
it really is.
The story was garbage,
What? And it wasn't even that the story was necessarily garbage. It was that they rushed it. Yeah, they did the final 2 seasons. They did, I think, 7 episodes each. When the other ones were like 10 to 11.
Yep.
They had enough story there where they could have done 3 or 4 full-length seasons.
And HBO offered them to do more, but they're like, nah.
And so everything just got so crammed into those episodes that...
How pissed off were they when they were like, we want you to do more episodes. No, we're going to go do the Star Wars thing. And then fucking Star Wars turned around and said, nah. And then they probably, make that phone call back. Oh, shit, we got to call that motherfucker back.
Maybe, yeah.
It was karmic justice that the way that they rushed the end of Game of Thrones cost them the very reason that they rushed it for.
Yep.
So does it say in there how the Simpsons predicted it, or was it just a random...
It doesn't really say how. That's why I asked in the beginning, like, where are they coming up with this?
Yeah.
Are they fucking psychics?
Well, and...
You could probably go, it'll probably tell you, like, okay, what episode of The Simpsons was this predicted, and see how the lead up to that happened,
Yeah.
And I actually think that prediction is probably not super
accurate.
Impressive, because it was a common theory amongst book readers that she was going to eventually, like, turn bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and when you pair that with what Martin has even said, he's like, if you think this story has a good ending, you haven't been paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
So I can totally see that that's the way that he wanted to go with it, but...
Well, how long has it been since he started rewriting these last 2 books? It's been holy fuck, I think Jesus has been back and died again since then.
Yeah, the Winds of Winter was supposed to be out before the show ever finished. And so this show's been over for years, and he still hasn't submitted an advance copy.
Hey, he probably got paid for it, and he was like, fuck, I'm there. Gave me the money.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think he ever will either. I just wish that he would come out and say, look, I'm sorry, I'm burned out.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Yeah, I'm done.
Right,
I just want to enjoy my last 20 years.
Right.
Yep.
All right, what else we got?
Next one. So, season 17, 2006, they made this. They predicted those submersible Titanic guys.
No shit.
Take a look.
Oh my God.
I mean, it says, in this episode, Homer finds a man he thinks is his long-lost father and agrees to venture into the depths of the ocean with him in an attempt to find an old ship. Disaster strikes and Homer gets stuck but thankfully opens his eyes in the hospital, so he does survive. But still,
wow,
even looks like that fucking ship.
Yeah. Were they using the same type of controller?
That was the funniest thing about that.
A fucking Xbox controller and
yeah.
And they made it out of carbon fiber, which you really shouldn't at those because of the way that that damage happened.
Oh, Lenny has something to say about it.
Lenny.
Lenny has something to say about the Simpsons. You know, I read something in the last couple of weeks where apparently there was micro cracks in those things in that sub.
Yep.
And they knew it before they went down, and they're like, it'll be fine. Mm-hmm. It'll be fine.
I mean, the best part about that whole story is that at least the fucking guy that was breaking the safety regulations and cutting costs, at least he died because of it. You know, at least it wasn't
that kid, apparently.
No, the kid is the worst part about this whole thing. Because
he didn't want to go.
He didn't even want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was terrified of going, but he did because his dad wanted him to go.
Yep, I fucking wouldn't. I would.
No, not a chance.
If my dad would have been like, "I'm gonna be mad," I was like, "I don't give a fuck." I would. Nope.
Fuck that.
I wouldn't have trouble fucking on a boat. I won't. I would love to go on a cruise, but I don't think I could.
A cruise I could do because of just how resilient those ships are. Like, the bathrooms stopped working on one once, and people had to shit in buckets. Ugh. That's like the worst thing that's going to happen. Because
oh, you mean I can't shit in a bucket any other time I'm on?
Well, you
ship?
can, but I mean it's not going to like sink. There's so many.
Oh, it'll go right to the bottom after I throw it over.
Sure.
Oh, you're talking about the ship still.
Yeah.
Oh.
The ship's not going to sink.
Not the
I'm
ship.
okay with that. What I couldn't do, I don't think I could ever go on like a fishing boat in the ocean.
Oh, nope.
No. I could go.
Nope.
I would have to be able to see land at all times, and the land needs to be close enough to where, like, if it does sink,
you can swim back.
I can swim there, and the whole time I'm gonna be shitting and pissing because there's sharks in the water.
I remember when I was young and I lived in Seattle, Washington. We went down to the pier in Puget Sound, and if I remember right, my dad asked us if we wanted to go on a whale seeing ship or a boat. I was like, "Fuck no, nope." Because I mean, would it be? I could stay on that fucking pier and still see the whales if they want, because, but then, Puget Sound, you still get. There's orcas go in there, and you can see fucking big ass whales and shit like that. Anyway, they will breach in that area. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't need to be on a boat close enough to where that fucker breaches, and I could smell what he had for breakfast. Fuck that, nope.
I mean, it's happened where they breach and they land on the fucking boat. Because if there's whales in the area, and like as soon as you see a whale,
get the fuck out of the way.
You can't
actually legally.
Yeah, you have to engine off.
You have to shut your
engine off. Like you have to. You can only move the boat basically under manual with fucking oars.
Yeah, you can because you could possibly if they get because they're naturally curious.
Yep.
So they go up near your propeller and it could fucking cut them. Then you're deep shit.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that cruise ship the other day that came into port with a dead whale on its bow?
Yeah.
It like whale must have been coming up or something at the surface, and the front of the ship.
They got to find. They're going to have to find out if it was dead. They'll be able to test if it's dead before or when it happened. Yeah. So, fuck that. No, I'm good. What else we got?
Next one I don't think is quite as impressive. They predicted Joe Biden and Kamala would win the 2020 election.
Yeah, that was.
They did. If I remember right, didn't they? They predicted that Trump was going to win
president
at one point. So
yeah, that was true. This one. They predicted the Siegfried and Roy Tiger attack in 1983.
Really? When did that happen?
90s.
Early 2000s, I was going to say.
Yeah, it was at least into the 90s, but I'm sure everyone predicted that.
Well, at some point, I mean, that is it is impressive, but yet.
But yeah, you live with tigers.
You're going to get bit.
Eventually, instinct is going to take over.
Just like if you live with Lenny's, you're going to have a racist dog.
Yeah. He was selectively bred
Yeah.
for generations.
Yeah.
Generations and generations.
From Germany. No, he's not. He's
It's like his breed comes from Scotland.
Oh, they're not racist.
No.
They're very inbred, though. Let's put it that
Hey,
way.
Lenny, can you heil? Can you heil?
That ain't funny.
No, he knows the difference between shake and heil.
Yeah.
So that's
Shake
good.
and heil. Mein Kampf? Mein Kampf?
He can't
Close.
read. God.
Oh,
All right,
God.
what else we got?
This one is called The God Particle. Season 10, episode 2, 1998.
When they found
Says
the
one of the most shocking Simpsons
Higgs
predictions
boson.
yet.
Mm-hmm.
Shows Homer's attempts at being an influential inventor like Thomas Edison. In a small part of this episode, Homer's seemingly nonsensical writing on a chalkboard reveals itself to be a complex math equation, which is the God particle.
Yeah, there's
the Higgs boson.
There's multiple instances of that. There's
They have yet to separate it, but
there's a YouTuber that I've watched sometimes. He goes by the name Mathologer. So his thing is all about math, and so he's gone over some of the writings in the background on The Simpsons, and that was one of them.
Really,
yeah, they've got some very clearly like smart writers, people that follow this kind of shit, and they throw in little Easter eggs like that.
Well, so on Big Bang Theory, if you actually look on like the whiteboards and shit that they have, those are real equations too. They had an actual physicist as their show. What do you want to call him? Well, he was the one who wrote them up there.
Yeah.
So he was like what do you call him? What do you call it? Like reference guy or whatever. So if they wanted to know something technical or whatever, then they went to him, and they wanted. We're not bullshitting, right? Nope, you're right. This is it. This is true. So
that's kind of like how with the show House.
Yeah.
When they would always consult medical doctors about symptoms and shit like that, so that they could at least make a somewhat believable story.
That show is
Even
something
though-
else.
I love House.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Great, like first 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah.
It suffers from the same thing every TV show does for the most part.
Yeah.
It just goes on a season or two.
Well,
too.
Hugh Laurie, he was tired of it. Just again, Big Bang Theory. Jim Parsons said that he thought that Sheldon said enough, did enough. And I'm like, just shut up, dude. A lot of those, everybody else wanted to keep going, and he just didn't, and which would have, they can't replace him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a great part of that show. I love it. I know you guys may not be a big fan of it.
I like it.
I've seen the first 3 seasons, I think, and I do enjoy it.
It's when they start getting into like seasons 6, 7, and 8 when I started like, oh my God, because I didn't like that they made the 2 other girls, Amy Farrah Fowler and fucking what's her name, as regulars.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't like it is because Bernadette, that's Howard's wife, is a fucking bitch. She is in that fucking show.
Is that the
she's
super
the blonde
hot one?
No, that's Kaylee Kawako. That's
No,
Penny.
I was talking about Wallowitz's wife or whatever.
Yeah, she's a short little blonde.
Yeah, she's fucking hot.
But
as
she's
shit.
a fucking bitch in that show,
Is she?
dude.
I don't-
Oh yeah, she's a fucking.
Yeah, that's all right.
fucking yell at
And
me.
then
Yell
you
at me,
had
baby.
and then you had
Yeah.
fucking what's her name, Amy Farrah Fowler,
Yeah, Blossom.
Blossom.
Whatever her name is.
In the first few episodes, she was just like Sheldon, where she was very, this is it, this is what I said, blah blah, and then she got to relax and everything. I was like, okay, but I didn't like him. So, anyways,
Just once, I want a popular TV show to have a main character that is so socially inept that he never finds like a girlfriend
Yeah,
or whatever.
I was thinking that too.
Let's have some real life characters in there.
well,
Okay?
they thought so. Actually, at the beginning of Big Bang Theory, they were actually going to make Sheldon and Leonard gay, like they were boyfriend and boyfriend, and. Actually, Kaylee Kawako was not the first person they picked to be the female lead. It was this chick named
Kevin Kawako.
Well, I don't remember what her like real name is, but her in TV on the pilot, her name was Katie, and she did move across the hall, I believe. Yeah, either that or she was roommating with him. I don't remember quite, but she was a beautician. Mm. But she was fascinated by physics and whatever, and she knew more about it than Penny did, and so.
But yeah, every show has to have a love interest, and in the end, they're happily ever after.
Yeah, like Sheldon. Sorry, but Sheldon he's so over the top, awkward, and like
it's ridiculous.
I don't want to say rude because he doesn't intend to be rude, but like just blunt. Like he would not.
Yeah.
I think they kind of fucked over Raj, the Indian guy, because they perfectly gave Amy and Sheldon, put those two together. Okay, then you had Howard and Bernadette. Bernadette was beautiful. Then you had Kaylee Cuoco, beautiful. Mm-hmm. And then they gave Raj this chick, and I'm just like, ugh. And he was with quite a few. He did end up with quite like 4 or 5 different girlfriends, and there were 2 of them that were like, no. But there's 3 or 4. I was like, yep.
Did you like how I Met Your Mother ended with Ted and the
Ted
mother?
And Robin?
No, the Ted and the mother dying and.
Dude, when she died, when I found out she died, that was it for me. I never watched it again because that was the pinnacle. I climaxed. I'll never.
You didn't watch that show.
No, I've never. I've only seen sporadic episodes.
I think
I wasn't as upset about it as everybody else was.
I don't think I was. Really wasn't either, because what pisses me off is that you meet her in the very last season, and
she lived up to the hype.
Yeah, she did. She really did. But then you see her. He finally ends up with Robin. Mm-hmm. That's who his actual love of his life was.
Right.
So
that's true.
I didn't give a shit.
I
just love that show.
My whole thing with it though is like, at some point, shouldn't those kids have been like, "Dad, get to the fucking point"?
I think they.
I'm trying to go to bed.
Yeah, they did do. They made.
I asked you how you met Mom, and it's been 7 years, and I haven't gotten to sleep yet.
Yeah,
you're still
He's
talking.
Like, it's a long story. Also, I didn't like the whole Barney and Robin relationship.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I didn't buy into that.
Every TV show does that too. They fuck up and they make the main characters, get together. They did it in Friends with every fucking character.
They all were fucking each other.
Yeah, it was just one big orgy.
Well, and they, again with How I Met Your Mother, look what they did with Allison Hannigan, Lily. They made her mad at fucking Barney for telling a joke.
Yeah.
And you don't see her for like 6 episodes or something like that. And it's because I believe she was pregnant. It was either she was
something like that, yeah.
She was either really pregnant or she was actually off to do one of the American Pie movies.
Mm. Yeah.
So, if you don't see somebody in your favorite TV show for a while, they're off doing something else. Mm-hmm. And then she also got because Robin was fucking was pregnant during that too, and
was she?
They kept having her wear certain clothes, and there were certain placements of things where you couldn't see it.
Yeah, you can always tell too, because it's just like the framing is just a little weird.
They did a good job with Robin. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's episodes or a full season or whatever where she's wearing a lot of black, and if you're wearing a lot of black, they can actually kind of hide it.
Yep, and they usually make them kind of baggy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then when it gets
angles and behind stuff,
right? So, all right, what else we got there, buddy?
I guess they predicted the Ebola outbreak in 1997.
I don't remember Ebola. Everybody knows about Ebola, but.
Yeah, it says Lisa Sachs is an episode that tells the origin story of Lisa's love for the musical instrument. In one scene, Bart is shown sick and feeling down, so Marge attempts to cheer him up by reading a strangely titled book titled Curious George and the Ebola Virus.
You know what? I want to read that book.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's got a picture of it, too.
It's got pictures.
With Curious
It's
George.
I was hoping there'd be like little bloody tears coming out of his eyes since you bleed from every hole in your body.
You know, my
Ebola.
brother-in-law's actually got bleeding eyes right now, but it's because he's got high blood pressure and he won't go to the fucking doctor. Anyways.
I feel like The Simpsons predicted COVID, too. I didn't see that on the list
I think
here,
they
but
did, but
there's something with that.
there was something with it. Mm-hmm. All right. They predicted a lot of shit.
Yeah, they did.
What else they got?
There's a lot of technology stuff, like the Cybertruck
Yeah.
and the smartwatch and
I think
shit
that
like that.
well,
But I don't know if you'd count that.
hey, Star Wars and Star Trek predicted the iPad.
Did they?
Well, they were always walking around with something with here, read this, and it was on a little fucking square fucking
Well,
thing.
the engineers really fucked up the Death Star, I'll tell you that.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Star Trek also predicted teleportation. So where the fuck is that?
Well,
Coming.
I did hear that some physicists have been able to teleport bacteria from one spot to another. But technically, all it is like a reproduction of it.
I don't know if you can do it. I don't-
Theoretically, I think it's possible, but the energies that it would take, it's like basically not feasible.
I think it's possible, but the thing is about it is it's not. You're making a copy.
Exactly.
It's like a fucking. It's like a Xerox or a copy machine. All you're doing is you're still killing it, but you're just trying you know, the one thing that you can't replace a soul. So.
And I wouldn't even say it's the soul. I would say it's just the consciousness in general, just because, like,
I guess
even if they're making an exact copy of you, like, imagine that they cloned you exactly. Okay, you go into this procedure, they're going to clone you. You wake up. From the moment that you wake up, you don't know, am I the clone or am I the real me? Mm-hmm. And from that point on, you both exist and you're making completely separate memories now. There's no way to transfer that sense of self.
One of the greatest movies of cinema history, Multiplicity.
Haven't seen
it's actually kind of about what you're talking about. It's about a guy who is too busy to take care of, he's always busy at work. He doesn't have time to do shit. So he's working on this business plan, or this, he's a construction worker, building buildings, obviously. And what he does is, this one building he's doing it for is for a cloning company. So they said, hey, it's still technically not perfected, but... So they let him clone a guy. And this guy helps him around the house. And then he was like, well, shit, if I could do that, I'm still busy at work. Why don't I get him to clone me another one? So they clone another one. And he does all the work shit. So then now the guy's like, all right, now I have some time. And then, well, the two clones are like, and how they figured out who was who is each clone ended up getting a tattoo behind their ear of number, like you had 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1 was the original, and then 2, and then 3. So they had so the two clones were like, we don't have time for this other shit, like taking out the garbage, mowing the lawn. So they went and got a fucking clone of one of them. And they were like, if you take if you copy a copy, it's not as sharp as the original. And the fourth one is a fucking idiot.
Okay.
He put pizza in his wallet and shit like that.
It's like the episode of Family Guy where Stewie makes clones of him and Brian. And calls him Bitch Stewie and Bitch Brian.
Yeah. So
hey, Stewie.
You guys gotta watch Multiplicity. It's hilarious.
It does sound really good.
It's got Michael Keaton, and it's got Andy McDowell in it, and
a bunch of guys that look exactly like Michael Keaton.
It's fucking great, dude.
Fucking weird.
The Adventures of Lance and Rico. All right, who else we got?
And the number one on the list is the Trump presidency, which they aired in the year 2000. What's so crazy about this is, if you remember when Trump announced his presidency, he was on his escalator in Trump Tower. They have a scene.
I remember seeing that
photo
episode.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty much exactly how it went down.
Yep.
On that fucking escalator.
Yeah. That was one of the best years of Lucas's life right there, if I remember correctly.
I remember telling It was after one of the debates in the
Yeah.
watching UFC here, and something just happened. The guy got knocked out, and I completely missed it.
Well, this is the main event too.
Yeah.
Lewis won.
That's how Derek Lewis wins. He gets beat for 2 rounds, and then he just finds a way to knock someone out.
And then he just
sweating.
wears his underwear because his balls are hot.
Yeah. He took his fight shorts off after one of his like most famous wins, and they asked him about it after the fight. And, why did you do that? And he's like, my balls was hot.
Yeah, I remember that.
So now that's
My balls is hot.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, they did some more things. I know that there's a heck of a lot more that they've but it's so uncanny of some of the shit that they got right.
Yeah, something like Murder Hornets. That was 2022.
Yeah.
They did it in 1993.
When was the
weird
first
shit like that.
episode of
It had to be early 90s.
I
right?
think it was I think it was even earlier than that.
When the first episode was there?
Of the Simpsons.
I think it was 89.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I could be wrong on that.
I got a buddy of mine who's a big Simpsons fan, just absolutely loves everything Simpsons with him, and then when Family Guy got out. Now this guy reminds me of Peter. Back in the day he was a rather large buddy of mine. He was a pretty big guy. And he would always just reminded me of him. It was kind of funny, actually, when me and Lucas were playing Helldivers last night. We had Family Guy going on in the background. And you know how I'm so close to my TV, so everything gets picked up through my microphone. And Lucas is like, is this episode?
Yeah, is that the episode where...
You know?
Yeah.
No, I think that The Simpsons, they'll keep going. Matt Groening is just going to keep making
he's dead,
money.
yeah.
Guys, he just brought Futurama back on Hulu.
Overrated.
I used to think that until I went. It's a completely different like type of show than The Simpsons. The animations are similar, and you know, it's sometimes you definitely see the inspiration.
See,
But-
I don't like American Dad either.
I don't either.
That's another one. I was the same. I didn't like it, and I finally sat down years after I had initially watched it. I was like, okay, I'll try it again, and it's grown on me
grown
so
on you.
much.
I like Rick and Morty. Not as
I
much as
love
everybody
Rick and
else
Morty.
fucking
does.
can't
but-
stand Rick and Morty.
Oh, I love that one.
I'm obviously, you know, I'm a little bit older than you guys, so some of this new age
little?
fucking fuck you. I'm not a big fan of some of this newer animation stuff.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I mean, you know, I'm not. First of all, I don't like anime. Period.
I don't like anime.
yeah.
I don't mind watching some cartoons.
I love cartoons. I hate anime.
I love, you know, fuck, dude. Every once in a while, I'll throw on one of the Scooby Doo fucking things from Netflix.
Hell yeah.
I'm waiting to find somewhere to find some old school fucking Bugs Bunny Looney Tune shit.
There is some of that
simple.
on Tubi because I
there?
Yeah. I often see. I think it's the Flintstones pops up in my recommendations. On
I
there.
love the Flintstones.
I did too.
I watched a TikTok. It was the last episode of Tom and Jerry, where
Really?
who's the cat? Jerry or Tom?
Tom.
Tom,
yeah.
Tom Cat.
He's simping for this other cat. You know, he's buying her shit.
Yeah.
And all that, and then he, like, you know, she keeps denying him, and then
And then
at
Pepe
the,
Le
it's
Pew
a sad
comes
ending.
in.
He's sitting on the railroad tracks at the end, waiting for the train to go
Oh
by.
my God.
And the mouse is in the same situation. He was simping, buying him all this shit.
Really?
And that's how it ends. Is them just kind of sitting on the rail track crying.
Jesus.
And I think I did more research on it. I think that's what they intended on having the last episode, but it was so sad, and people were calling in like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck?" That they ended up doing another episode.
I did
So that
love
wasn't the last one.
Tom and Jerry. It's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
The movie wasn't that great though. Have you seen the movie?
No, I have not.
It has Chloe Gravitz. Is that her name?
Oh, is that the
Little blonde.
yeah
anyway.
from Super?
Yeah, like super
Kick-Ass
or
or whatever.
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass,
Yeah. She's in the Tom and Jerry movie. And I mean, I was like, fuck, man, don't ruin Tom and Jerry. Just kind of like, I'm sorry. This is literally nothing against LeBron, but I fucking hated the second Space Jam.
Nobody liked
It was why remake that? Come on.
Yeah.
Why? Because
I
they had Michael
money.
in one, and then
Yeah.
everybody wanted to put LeBron in the second
And
one.
it's such an easy thing. You already have the script. You just have to update it a little bit.
I seen this
And
thing
then-
where actually I can't remember what it was on, but look at Bill Murray's like, technically I won that game
Yeah.
for the Tunes
The Tunes
because I'm the
ball.
one who got the ball and I'm the one who passed it and
Yeah.
or whatever he said.
Holy shit! I was just looking up that Chloe Grace Moritz.
Yeah,
because she's in a show on Prime that is
Yes.
really fucking good.
I can't remember what it's called.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's where she's like in a fucking virtual reality type of thing.
Yeah, it's.
I haven't watched it all, but it's
like
fucking good.
she lives in this like timeline where shit is. It's almost
Like
post-apocalyptic when she's
Right.
living there, but it's literally right before some giant like disease kills
right,
most of the population.
right.
And she and her brother get this headset that it like takes you into complete VR. So it's like you're basically controlling an avatar of yourself in the future.
I saw the first. I can't remember what the title is either.
It's a good. It's a good.
It is really good. I cannot wait for the second season.
And doesn't she gets paid to go back and forth into that thing because she's like one of the only ones who could completely control herself or something
Yeah.
like that in it. And her brother can, but
Upload.
yes, no.
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 I'm trying to look it up here. The Peripheral.
Yes, the Peripheral.
Oh,
Yeah, it is a pretty good show.
Oh,
And she's
God, I hope they're making another season. The first season came out in 2022.
yeah. She was in another movie that I watched on Netflix. It's called Brain. I think it's called Brain Burn, something like that. Mind Burn. Basically, what it's actually kind of about. It's kind of funny to say, weird to say this, but it's about almost the same shit that I'm going through with my fucking brain issues, my head issues. And it's so the only difference is that she got to the point to where she's dying. And then they find out that she has and it's a very, very rare condition where there's literally in the world, there was 60 people that's ever had it.
Damn.
And what it is it's a brain infection of some sort. And the only way to fucking find out how to do it, or if that's what you got, is to drill into your fucking head. And they have to do a test because it only happens to one hemisphere of your brain. But she did a great fucking job in that movie. She's great. She's a good actress.
Yeah, I like her. She's very good.
Right. Well, anyway, gentlemen, we are about out of time here. Why don't we go ahead and say our goodbyes?
Goodbye.
see you later.
And why don't you, while we're out and about, why don't you guys check us out at where you find all your podcasts?